How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews, back with a little bit of side-by-side. More often than not, a lot of times we do these side-by-sides. They're big hazies or they're imperial stouts. Yeah, this time we're going with a little bit of Pilsner in the form of Toronto's own Bellwoods Brewing. It is their Bellweiser, fantastic name, and their Bellweiser Lime. Yeah, obviously you're dealing with a couple different kind of angles here. First off, Pilsner from a really good brewery. That in and of itself makes it just me chomping at to dive into it. I've actually had this one before when I was up at the Shelton Brothers Festival in Buffalo. This was there, and I got a quick taste of it, and I quite enjoyed it. But a week later, my buddy George, you know my boy George, not Boy George from Culture Club, but my boy George, Massive Troll Reviews, he was up in the Buffalo, Toronto area, went to Bellwoods, and he ended up getting this along with the lime version. Now, obviously, it's a play on Budweiser, but I'm okay with that, because poking a little bit of fun at big beer. And that'd be that. So you're talking about a Pilsner and a Pilsner with lime. I mean, there's something about it. I gotta dive into it. There's really nothing else on here. 4.8% alcohol by volume. That's pretty much done and done. This was packaged August 20th of 2019, so we're in October, let's see, September, October. 2 months old on that one, and this one was October 18th. This was packaged. I think today's the 19th. So yeah, this came out just a couple days ago. Obviously, George got it a little bit sooner than that. And yeah, let's dive into the sucker, see what she's got. Do the old kind of dual pour here, so if I can nail this and not fuck it up. It's going to be a Pilsner, so it might generate a little bit bigger head than I want to. But the dual pour is so fun, I can't not do it. So, see if I can aim well and get her running down the edge of the glass so she doesn't get the biggest head in the history of mankind. Got to catch up on the left here. The glass on the right looks like it's a lot bigger, but it's really not. The base of this glass over here just sits quite a bit lower. But yeah, label-wise, it's cool. I can get down with it. Basically the same label over and over. Just, orange and green over here and just lime and green over this way. So, yeah. Not a horrible thing, but I mean, as far as they both go, side by side, besides a little bit of Dirty Glass Mafia on this sucker over here, they look exactly the same. I mean, soft, hazy Pilsner looking beer, nothing too crazy, the ever so slightest bit of soft carbonation, 2 fingers of creamy isness head over here with 3 fingers over here because I had to catch up and pour a little more aggressive, but over and all, I mean, they kind of look exactly the same as you'd expect. I mean, basically, I'd assume that this was this, either this was this and then aged in some kind of lime, hence the age difference, or this was this and then they just brewed it again 2 months later. That's my guess, and there was a lime addition added to it. So yeah, she looks the part. Let's get the base Pilsner a whiff. That smells nice. You talk about those new school lagers, those crispy boys everybody likes to talk about. You have that going over here. You have a lot of different breweries get a little bit too heavy, a little bit too hefty on the malt end of things. With these Pilsners, you're not getting that here. At least I notice a nice soft crispiness, a nice soft lager, kind of sulfuriness in there, nothing too crazy, but you definitely smells the part of kind of a nice soft lagered Pilsner. I mean, it's definitely, sometimes you can have these kind of lager beers, they don't have much lager vibes in them, and come off a little bit more Kolschy. Not the case over here. Let's see what the lime one delivers. Lime. Who would have thunk it? Yeah, you're getting a big lime component on here, but it's definitely like realistic. It's not synthetic. Organic, I should say. Yeah, nice bright lime, like a spritz of lime. Like if you're ever kind of spritzing a bit of lime on some kind of food or something like that. Your little tacos. I do it on skirt steak with some garlic and some anchovies and a little bit of lime. I love that shit. Anyway, that's what you're getting in here, that spritz of lime. And not much of the lager vibes over here. I mean, you're talking about a very subtle beer. It's not going to have a huge nose to begin with, so that lime overpowers it, but it should. Let's dive into base. Cheers. That's a Pilsner, my friends. It's more robust than you expect from a typical kind of macro lager, macro Pilsner. I mean, you kind of think that's what you're going to get in a beer based off of the name, but it's not really the case. It's a nice, soft, crispy, soft and crispy. How you like that? Crispy Pilsner. It's a drink snappy. It's bright. It's very kind of crisp for the lack of a better term than I've been using the whole time. And, but it has this kind of soft creaminess to it, almost like a cream ale kind of vibe. You're getting a nice bittering in there, very old school, kind of Czech hoppy, kind of Zazie kind of vibes going on. That lager nose under that big sulfur component doesn't really follow through, and the taste just comes off as a soft Pilsner malt. Nice bittering hops, clean, refreshing with a little bit of roundness to it. I dig it. That does not suck. Off to the lime side of things. Cheers. Okay. I thought the lime was going to be a little bit overpowering, but it's not. You get it. And it's still that spritzy lime, but there's this cool thing going on. With the combination of the Pilsner malt, you get a soft kind of crackery vibe, and then you get that lime. And it reminds me in a very positive way of lime Tostitos. You know the Tostitos where it's just, your typical dipping chip Tostitos, but they do like the limed version of it? It's kind of like that. Not nearly as aggressive, obviously not as salty or anything like that, but it has that kind of vibe going back and forth. You get that soft kind of Pilsnery, cracky malt on top of that kind of soft limeness. I think it works really well. It's a nice little change up, nice little 1-2 compared to the base. Retains that crispiness a little bit south of what you're getting on here, only because I think that lime does have this kind of soft kind of I guess flabbiness to it, a little bit of density to it that kind of weighs it down just a micron more than this one over there, but you're still in the crispy boy range. It just ends up being a nice little 1-2 punch of different flavors, and it just works really well. Yeah, I could see going back. If I had like a 6-pack of these pounders, this would be nice just going back and forth all night long. When you see you have a lot of those kind of fruited kind of forward beers, your kind of Jenny, strawberry, lemonade kind of thing, it's not nearly as aggressive as that. This is all beer all the time. Whereas that one, well, the Jenny, lemonade, strawberry thing is still beer. It's very much eking towards a 50-50 ratio as far as that artificial flavoring in the beer. And here it's a little bit more, just a touch of that lime on top of that nice, well-done Pilsner. I dig it. I think they're fun. I think they're well made. And this is classic Czech style Pils through and through. You add that little dollop of lime on there. It just ends up being a nice kind of combination. You bring a little bit of old school Czech with a little dollop of, I was going to say USA, but it's more Canada than anything else. And done and done. So yeah. They're the same beer, but you got to do the old cuvee. Can't believe I finally said it right, Joe. And yeah, let's see what this sucker has. Cheers. Ooh, that's kind of weird. I thought it was just going to be like a softer lime version. It doesn't come off that way. Do not mix these, is what I'm saying. How it actually shows itself is like almost like a subtle Berliner vibe. Like it has this tartness to it that I think the lemon taste maybe masks a little bit and just lets you know it more of like a lemony kind of overtone over that Pilsner. When you actually blend these two together, do all the cuvee, it gives it this tartness, not necessarily Berliner, but a beer that's just about to go sideways. So not the best, not the best mix right here. So I thought it was going to come off a little bit better, I thought it was going to be this beer with a subtle tartness, or subtle lime. No, it's not. It's this beer with a subtle tartness as opposed to having that lime on top of it. So keep these separated. Keep them at the same party is what I'm saying. Drink them separate. Just don't mix them together. There you go. So let's talk about it. Some of the better Pilsners I've had as of late. Yes. Interesting, yes. It's a weird one because I've had ones that have done me a little bit more proper and ones that I might be a little bit more gaga over. But this is so uber traditional. It nails it so well. I dig it. But then you have that little fuckduckery over here that kind of adds that added component to it. And both of them work really well. The grand scheme of things, if you said you could have one, not the other, it would be this one through and through. But at the same time, glad I got to try both. Thank you very much, George. Value and availability, I actually don't know. Maybe if somebody wants to chime in from Toronto or those are in the know, and leave you with, if you like what we like these, if you like, lager, Pilsner, if you like tongue-in-cheek fuckduckery, and if you like chuggers, if you like crispy boys, these will do you proper. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully enjoying a little, Pilsner chugger right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.